Game 1 of round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs between the Leafs and the Panthers are in the books. And running great for the Toronto Maple Leafs as they lose Game 1 4-2 at Scotiabank Arena tonight. I'll be honest, it's very simple. The Panthers they lick their chops when other teams make mistakes on the defensive side of the puck, and they pounce. No pun intended because they're the Cats, but you know what I mean. They love that stuff. You make a mistake on the defensive end or on the rush defensively, they will make you pay for it. The Leafs made a few of those blunders. We'll talk about those in a second. And you got out-goalied. Sergei Bobrovsky was immensely better than Ilya Samsonov tonight. It's plain and simple. You know, and you heard Samsonov after the game saying, tomorrow the sun's coming up, yeah? And it's like, yeah, you're right. We're not too worried about tomorrow, though, Sammy. I mean, you guys play on Thursday, but I'm not sure if the sun's coming up Thursday. We'll see. Maybe cloudy, maybe raining again. I don't know, because I feel like it's been raining for like 3 weeks straight here in Toronto. It's been crazy stuff. Anyways, they dropped this one 4-2. They don't start on time, the famous Babcock stuff. But I don't like a couple of these goals. For one, I believe the first one by Nick Cousins. The puck was rung around the boards, and Matt Nyes decides, no, I'm not going to go for the puck. And look, I love Matt Nyes. I love what he did. He scored his first goal today. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. However, there's these big mistakes, and you're like, don't like that, right? I don't know if it was that play there, or if it was on the Bennett goal. I can't remember which one it happened. But the Nick Cousins one was a rebound. No, this was not the goal. I think it was the Sam Bennett one. But it's a shot from Matthew to Chuck on the short side, and Samsonov fights it off, makes a good initial save, but it comes out in front. Nick Cousins gets it, and he backhands it in past Samsonov as McCabe loses Nick Cousins. And it's 1-0 Panthers just under 10 minutes into the first period. And once again, the Leafs are trailing to start games, and they're trailing in the series. They don't lead very much. And that's how the first period ends. The Leafs have some golden opportunities they can't bury. They get outshot 13-9 in the first period, and we head to the second. Well, less than 8 minutes in, puck gets rung around the boards, and Matthew Nyes, who's on his point man, comes down about halfway while the puck is coming around the boards to him. He then decides to go back to the point and not get the puck. And it gets back to their guy, and I think then Matt Nyes comes down, puck gets back to the point, they fire it on, it gets deflected like twice or something like that, and it's in past Ilya Samsonov. You can't blame Sammy on that one, but you're now down 2-0 just under 8 minutes into the second period. Not pretty. However, 11 seconds after that, Matthews along the half board centers it to Matthew Nyes, and I'm thinking he's just going to rip it, right? That's what I'm thinking he's going to do. But he holds on to it, and Bobrovsky's coming flying out of the net. Matthew Nyes tries to go back to the forehand. It gets caught up a little bit, and then he just knocks it in between his legs. Tried a couple of those tonight. That one was nice. And, well, obviously because it went in the net, of course, but also it was an empty cage. He had to get the puck there. The other one, he would have liked him just to shoot the puck, but because it hits Bobrovsky straight as he was square to it. But either way, Matthew Nyes gets his first NHL goal, both regular season and playoffs, and the Leafs have cut the deficit in half. It's now 2-1. It was assisted by Austin Matthews and Ryan O'Reilly. 6 minutes after that, Kelly Arnkruk gets a puck on the outer half as Ryan O'Reilly dishes it to him on the outside. Why Radko Gudas comes flying over to go for a hit, beyond me, which leaves Michael Bunting wide open going to the net. And I got to say, as much as I have not liked Kelly Arnkruk at all in the playoffs at this point, the nice, soft, feathering pass to the front of the net for Michael Bunting, who gets it. Instead of just redirecting it, he pulls to the backhand, and he beats Sergei Bobrovsky. And the Leafs have tied the game at 2. With about 6 minutes to go, you love to see it. But then, this is the problem. This is the stuff the Panthers love. To pounce on your mistakes. You're coming down on a 3-on-2, right? Everything's going good. You have an opportunity. You don't get a chance, and your forwards start turning around. But if you look at the play, as the play is turning around, There are now 4 Leafs turning around at about the hash marks. One of which is Jake McCabe. Sorry, you have 3 goals all season, Jake McCabe. We don't need you down below the hash marks, pal. So now he's caught. They're coming down the other way. Again, they smell blood. They're ready to pounce. And then a split-second decision from TJ Brodie, right? He's initially skating forwards toward his own end, thinking, oh crap, I got to get in a good spot. With Carter Verhaeghe on, if you're skating straight, he's on his left. Then for a split second, TJ Brodie turns to skate backwards because he's got the guy in front of him and then thinks, oh crap, he's just going to feather it through to Verhaeghe. And it's too late at that point because the puck gets through to Verhaeghe, he's on a breakaway, and he beats Ilya Samsonov. Now, I know it's a breakaway and both your defensemen made terrible blunders there. I'm not going to blame Samsonov for the goal against. But what I am going to say is his positionally on that goal, not good. And the reason I say that, Verhaeghe's coming down on a breakaway, and once the shot goes, I believe it goes underneath his arm, and he falls backwards. And I'm like, why are you falling on your rear, bud? Like, that tells me he wasn't set, he wasn't positionally sound, because you fell on your rear on a wrist shot. It's not like you're going cross-seam pass or anything. And it went through him. So there's 2 things that stink there. Albeit, yes, it's a breakaway. It was both on both sides of it. I didn't like Samsonov on the breakaway goal. It's just kind of the way he's set up. Again, it might have gone in on him anyways if he was set up right, so whatever. But Brodie and Jake McCabe, both big blunders. And instead of going into the intermission 2-2, or maybe get a late goal and take a 3-2 lead, you are now trailing 3-2 with 2:13 to go in the second. Then we go to the third period. And you're getting opportunities, but you can't score. Then Brendan Montour gets a puck at the blue line, fires it on, Samsonov swimming, and he gets bumped by Mark Stahl in front. Was it Mark Stahl in front of the net? It might have been Mark Stahl. I can't remember who it was. But anyways, gets bumped by him. He goes down. Mark Stahl, whoever the hell it was, goes on this back, but it goes into the back of the net. And I think a lot of Leaf fans probably initially thought, goalie interference maybe? Well, no, of course not. Samsonov is way out of his crease. He's flying around, not quiet in the net, trying to make a very out-of-position, desperate save. Can't do it. And it finds the back of the net, and the Leafs are now down 4-2. So, I didn't think Samsonov played terrible tonight. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the breakaway goal, but I can't blame him for that goal. That last one, yeah, I don't like that. It's a point shot. And if you are positionally sound, you are in your crease or right at the top of your crease, that contact never occurs. And maybe you see the puck a lot better, and you're upright, and you can move across to make that save, and it's still a 3-2 game. But instead, way up position, gets the contact from Stahl in front, and then he can't make the save. But you can't blame Stahl. He's out of the crease. So, I don't like that goal. But either way, he made some big-time saves earlier on that I can't blame him. He made some 10-bellers. He did. But in the end, Bobrovsky made more. It's cliche because the goals were 2 on 36 shots. Bobrovsky was great. Samsonov allowed 4 on 28. You guys can do the math. However, the team in front of him didn't have luck, I'll tell you that, but also didn't use this very much. Look at the first period. Auston Matthews fires one on. It hits the butt end of the stick of Sergei Bobrovsky. If that's a little bit to the right, it's in the net. And you got a 1-0 lead. Everyone's flying around. Everyone's buzzing early on in the first. Yeah, they hit 2 posts, I believe. Matthews on the power play with the slap shot hit the post. They had one late in the third period when they pulled the goalie. I think it was like 3 minutes left or something. Rang one off the post. You know, you had Nylander had a great chance, backdoor on a little, I think it was a pass from Kalle Järnkrok. Bobrovsky made a big-time toe save. That save really in tight on John Tavares or Ryan O'Reilly, whoever the hell got high stick. Oh, I know Ryan O'Reilly got high sticked. I think it might have been JT who shot it. It was a nice glove save in tight there from him. He made some big stops in big moments. The Leafs didn't capitalize on their early power plays. They had a couple really good ones, but they didn't capitalize. They didn't get lucky at all. In fact, they got unlucky. But it is what it is. And William Nylander, look, you guys know I like him. Obviously, I'm wearing his number. But the dude, sometimes, I don't get it. And the last thing I'm going to talk about before I just mention the next game, what was he doing on that one play? I think it was in the third period, where Mark Stahl blows a tire, right? Nylander's coming down, and he stops in a dime. Stahl goes flying. He blows a shoe. And this is what Nylander is looking at right now. That. Okay? What are you supposed to do there? You go right to the damn net, right? You like to think so. You know, he's like this. There's no one in the picture. It's you and the goaltender. Just turn to the net. Go right to it. If you get rammed into the net, you get a power play. If you don't, it's probably in the net. But instead, as you can see, let me try and zoom in enough for you. Where's his head? It's not even looking at the net. He's waiting for guys to get in on the play, maybe look for a pass. Nothing ever comes of anything from that play. And it's very unfortunate. I don't get that. I was watching it at a bar with my girlfriend, saw them move, and we're like, oh my God, he's right in front of the net. Do something! And nothing happened. So, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. In the end, I thought the Leafs played a pretty decent game. But in the end, they have to be smart on the defensive end. I mentioned that in the video. The key to the series win, defense, sound defensively, and Ilya Samsonov. And you didn't get that tonight. And you lost game 1 4-2. But we lost game 1 against Tampa, so I'm not going to lose my mind about it. Right? But I want to break it down in depth. Game 2 goes on Thursday at Scotiabank Arena. 7 o'clock puck drop there between the Leafs and Panthers. Let's be honest. Leafs need to win that game. Go on the road. Go to Florida with a split at the very least. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not this game today, smack that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, you guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Maple Leafs? See, Twitter and Instagram links are down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. The Discord and TikTok links are down there as well, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, tomorrow night. Game 3 of the 4-game set against the Boston Red Sox. Nick Pivetta, Alec Manoah is the pitching matchup there. And as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Game 2 of the best-of-7 series between the Leafs and the Panthers goes Thursday night. 7 o'clock puck drop there at Scotiabank Arena. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not this game today. We'll talk to you guys then.